I knew your ass was gonna say something. Yo, welcome to the Drinks and Discussion Podcast. It's your boy KvngBak, aka Dan Poppy, aka Bandana Sanchez. I'm here with a couple cool people. Got cameraman AJ in the back. He got 2 cameras today. Nigga, with some change. Nigga, did you notice we in 4K now?
Hey!
Oh man, what?
You gotta be careful with that. You see everything.
I mean,
all the crevices.
All the crevices. I got Miss Vee here with me today, even though she cutting up.
I'm not cutting up ever.
I'm gonna call her Fedora Franny. Fedora Franny over here.
What?
Yeah.
Fedora Franny?
Yep.
We'll work on that.
And we got a special guest with us today, sir. Introduce yourself.
What's good? It's your boy Kool Kel. That's it.
Hey, look, that's it.
That's who he is.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show, brother.
Already, thanks for having me.
No problem at all. Real quick, normally when we have a guest on here, have them tell us a little bit about yourself and what you got going on.
I do a podcast called A Plug. Make sure y'all stay plugged in with me at TPLG Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at TheKoolKel. Part of Coalition DJs Carolina. Got a new outlet I'm plugging in. I can't even tell y'all I was going to give y'all the exclusive, but I can't even do that.
Oh, man. I about to have some exclusive content.
Got a new platform coming very soon. Just know y'all stay plugged in. March is a good month. It's almost, what's the second quarter? So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Second quarter. So, good start for the second quarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Facts.
I had to bring you back so we get the full live.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah,
the rundown. So, ready to talk the shit with us?
Hey, I'm here.
Okay. All right. V, do we have anything pertinent we need to discuss?
Week.
Oh, yeah.
You act like this ain't episode 26.
It is episode 26.
You act like you don't know what happened.
I forget every time.
You act like we don't know what happened.
How was your week?
I think it was good. I didn't do a lot. Oh, we went to karaoke on Tuesday.
We did go to karaoke.
He hung out with me like we were friends. It was great.
Yeah, she had a good time.
It might not happen again though, because he wishy-washy. He's some Tommy. What? So he might be my friend again. I don't know. But we went to karaoke, so that was good. That's really all I've done.
That's it?
Yep, that's all I've done this week.
Okay, all right. My week was good. Karaoke. And I did something. What else did I do? No, that was it. And work.
You made it seem like my week was boring. That's all you did too.
That's about it. What about you, sir? How was your week?
Get money.
Yeah.
Eat every week. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's all about, man.
Hey, I definitely clock in for that 40 hours.
Yep.
After that, I go to sleep.
I'm back at it. I'm a Jamaican, man. I'm back at it. I pulled up at cameraman house. He was like, "Yo, bring this over." All right, cool. Where you about to go? Work, nigga.
I like that, nigga. It's Saturday at 7 in the morning. I gotta get it.
You gotta get it.
That's all right. Ain't never. Oh, I did go to work yesterday. I forgot about that.
Okay. Overtime. All right, so now we can get into current events.
Oh, ready?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm ready.
So as for current events, so everybody knows we already had the flu going around, and now they have this coronavirus going around. So the new trend, guys, is washing your hands. Oh my gosh! Like, why is that a trend? Were y'all not doing that before?
niggas is nasty. Yo, I got 3 fellas. I got 3 fellas, including me in here total. So we can.
Who the other one?
No.
And his ghost friend on the side.
That nigga that be spraying.
Yeah.
You know Chad in the back.
Parlay.
But no, we can all contest that we have gone to a public restroom, went to wash our hands, have seen somebody who was either in there before us, or maybe even came in there after us, and walked smooth out without washing their hands.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bro,
look.
and then let me say this.
Shake hands at my job.
Man, look, I
Hey, elbow.
Yo.
forearm.
Yeah,
It was like this, like I was like, nah, bro.
Nah, man, but I'm telling you, I've even seen that in the club. Like going to the club, you know, you coming out the bathroom or whatever, and the dude that was, you know, came in before or after you, nigga ain't washed his hands, but dapping up all his homeboys from the bathroom to the bar. I'm like, yo.
No.
I don't see
What's up, my nigga?
Yeah.
No, that's disgusting. Like,
that's terrible.
There are whole tutorials out right now about how to wash your hands.
Right.
People, why were you not already washing your hands? Like the not washing hands is the real epidemic out here. That first and foremost, that's the first epidemic. Like, let's just wash our hands. Like,
right.
It's so easy, and I am like almost OCD about washing my hands. I wash my hands all the time for any reason at all. Like, I wash my hands all the time. And of course, like, I have a puppy at home. If my puppy comes around me, touches me, whatever, we'll play or whatever. When we done playing, I'm washing my hands. And then I'm like, listen, I already washed my hands. We can't play no more. Like, it's over.
So we got 30 minutes to spare.
I love you. You're really cute. Stay over there. Don't touch me no more. We already washed our hands.
That's funny.
Like, just like,
I feel like your dog looks at you and like, really? I feel like he cocks his head to the, really?
Yeah.
I'm like, we played. It was good. That was fun. Now let's wash our hands. I used to wash his hands. Like, I have like puppy wipes.
Oh, yeah,
and he
yeah,
would
yeah.
have to wipe his paws. I'd be like,
You
you
kiss
was
your dog?
outside. No.
Just asking. The curiosity.
Yo.
Black people don't do that, but you know.
No, it's some black people
Some
that's
they
doing
do.
it now. It's wild, dog.
Is it a trend? Are they making videos for it?
Man, look, I've seen it and I was just like, ooh. Yeah.
I'm sorry. My dog is very cute. He's very precious. I love him. And I told him from afar, I'm like, oh, I love you, baby. You're so cute. Don't kiss me. Even when he tries to lick my hand, I say, no lick. Just rub. No lick.
When I had a dog, she used to, she never licked it. Even when she was a puppy, she never licked it. She never did. She was cool though. Diamond was cool. I miss Diamond.
Everybody seemed like they had a dog named Diamond.
Got you, man. And
Like
look,
their first name,
but look,
though.
I would tell you, I was this is back when I was staying over on Concord Street. I had a young lady over, and me and her was kicking it. Diamond, she wasn't no puppy no more. She was big, big. And we sitting on the couch or whatever, and me and Shorty was kind of hugged up, and Diamond came right over there and put her nose in between. I was like, oh, you gotta go, you gotta go. Diamond don't like you gotta go. Dogs be knowing, man.
Oh, they do. They do.
knowing.
They know immediately. They be like, because if Riley says no, it's a no. It's a no for me. It's a no for my whole house. It's a no for all of us.
Oh man. All right, what else we got? What else is going on?
Did you see Oh Boy? So of course we're getting into Super Tuesday and stuff. But did you see Oh Boy with his political campaign? He had Juvenile come out.
Yes, I saw that.
When was this?
That was Bernie
Yo,
talking about?
no,
it
it wasn't
was not.
Bernie. It was a Democrat. I can't remember his name.
Tom Steyer, something like that.
Yeah.
I know I seen the clip with Juvenile was like American flag in the background. or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
And
So-
Juvenile was, and it was the uncut version, y'all.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna tell you,
Oh,
these
wow.
2020 politics is off the fuck. If you have not been watching the campaigns, start watching them now. They are off the charts. I'm telling you, y'all. Like I'm to the point now where it's just comical.
2020 is crazy out here.
It's just comical.
It's crazy.
Either we're gonna get a president that's cool with rappers, or Trump's getting reelected again. One of the two is happening. Something's happening. I don't know what it is. Something's happening though.
I don't know, but that backed that thing up and nobody was on beat.
Oh man.
That was weak.
Why
I
people?
was like, I'll vote for y'all to find the beat. That is what I vote for. That's my vote.
There's a radio campaign going on now, dude. Like somebody's for black people. It's just straight up. On the
Oh,
radio,
no,
they say,
did you see
for
that?
black people?
Did y'all see
Like,
the
what is
the ad on the Super Bowl for Trump, where he had that black lady, and the black lady was like, "Oh my God, I love Donald J. Trump." You see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was a wild ad. Like, and I was at a Super Bowl party, and nobody was really paying attention. I go for the commercials because neither one of them was my team. So I go for the commercials.
Yeah.
The commercials and the beer. That's why I was there. So I'm there and I'm watching. I was like, "Don't nobody else see this?" And people was like, in their own conversations. I'm like, "Bro, y'all be missing the whole truth out here, man."
There's There's a whole group called like Blacks for Trump. So.
That's wild.
They're the same ones that making them wash their hand tutorials.
She's like, how many times? How much soap? How long? You sing the birthday song?
Oh, speaking of epidemics, right? Did you hear about the hackers getting into the fans only pages?
No.
Yes, they have released like they probably shut it down by now, but they had like a whole bunch of releases for a lot of people's fans only pages. So for like, if you're not familiar with fans only, you pay a subscription fee to view premium content from a certain person, whether that person.
What are you trying to say?
It sound like an upgraded back page. That's what it sounds like.
Yes. Actually, it is. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Like.
All right, but yeah. So like a lot of it's a good amount of celebrities that are on fans only, and they have like that premium content where they're either close to being nude or damn near nude, and they're charging. And it's a lot of Instagram models doing. I mean, shit, you can go topless, but you're not nude.
Is that close or near?
That's
You talking in strip club terms?
Yeah.
Topless, that's a titty bar. In the strip club, that's a titty. They're not fooling you.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. I wasn't aware. I didn't know the breakdown.
But anyway, the wildest thing I think, because I was actually looking at the comments, and one of the fans only people, they said this would be considered rape because somebody hacked into the fans only website and gave out your premium subscription for free. I don't see how that equates.
I don't get that.
Because it was without consent. It was non-consensual.
Do you know how many amateur videos are on Pornhub without consent? It's a plethora.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
It's a plethora.
Thank you for that that great research and data and statistics you just gave us. Plethora.
I
means a lot.
But yeah, I just thought that was kind of wild, man. But stop knocking these girls' hustles, man. If they want to charge you $40 a month,
$40 a month.
Yeah, he trying to slide the $40.
Yeah, that's how they get the $40 now. Nah,
monthly?
Yeah, it's a monthly
subscription base.
Like you paying for Hulu? Yeah, that.
That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, I can't do that, bro.
I barely don't like paying Hulu, man.
Nigga, I don't pay Hulu.
Hey, let me get you.
That's true. I don't pay Hulu.
I got you.
Either.
I got you. Yeah.
Right, that's how I got mine too.
You put me on.
Oh.
You was like, you pay for Hulu? Don't you? I was like, I do.
Yeah, I don't pay for Hulu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What phones y'all got?
Hey.
Can't give out the plug. Can't give out the plug. All right, what else we got?
Ooh. Dang. Shade of it all.
Let's continue to.
What else? What else? There was a speech regarding balance. Someone was giving a speech about balance, and it seemed to have knocked them a little off balance.
Wait, I don't know what you're talking about.
I do.
You say somebody gave a speech about balance?
Yeah, and they kind of lost their balance a bit yesterday. I think it was yesterday. So Oprah took a bit of a tumble.
Oh, I did see that.
Oh,
I did see that.
Okay.
I did see that.
It's not. I'm so glad that she was okay. Like she was all right.
She was giving a speech on balance.
Yeah.
Oh.
The irony.
Okay, that's crazy.
She was off their balance.
Okay.
But she was in good spirits about it. She was like, she had on the wrong shoes. And I mean, we know when we get that, us ladies know when you have that baby deer moment. And that ankle kind of give way. That ankle kind of let loose on you.
Every time I hear that, I think about that girl walking down the runway that
With
felt
the
like,
legs.
yeah.
That was my favorite. Because she struggled so much. I was like, just fall already, just fall.
She was determined to get to the end of that runway and back. Look,
and she still failed though.
Dedication.
She failed a couple times, but she did try it. I have done. You know what? When I was in high school, I did a show. I did a fashion show. We We did all clothes. It was sponsored by Route 21. So Route 21 came and fitted us, and they gave us all these clothes. They gave us wedges. Y'all guys say y'all don't understand what
The
that
thing
means.
with the little wood
Yeah,
looking
like a
thing on
long-
the bottom. Yeah, no, I know.
that thick.
Yeah.
They gave us a wedge,
I
but
know
the
that
thing
thing.
about the wedge is it was curved. So the front part was curved. So if you you had to step. You couldn't gracefully walk in them because if you bent the toe, it kind of just rocked.
He was going forward.
Oh, man.
It just kind of rocked. Woo! I made it. Thank goodness. I made it.
I thought Davida
But
took
it
a
was.
tumble.
I did not take a tumble. I'm a professional. Okay, I does this. But I'm just saying it could have been bad. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I made it though.
Okay, all right.
I made it. But I understand those heels we have. I mean, they could turn on you at any moment. Any moment.
I believe it. I don't see how y'all walking in.
I don't see how that either. It look like y'all tiptoeing.
Yeah,
that's basically what you have to do.
so
You
look
have
like
to
y'all
tiptoe. You have to kind of tiptoe. You can't
Oh,
walk
man.
on the
So y'all
full heel.
ninjas.
Yeah, you can't walk on the full heel. You
That's
gotta
why
tiptoe.
that's why they be so silent, man.
Because we be practicing.
Yo, I promise you, I never knew when my mom was coming down the hallway to my room, but she would just bust open the door. What you in here doing? Where did you come from?
You gotta do the hand.
right. Would you start that shit? Yo, that shit's funny to me,
We're
man.
practicing because you do have to kind of walk on your toes. You can't necessarily walk on your full foot because, like I said, they could give out on you. You got to be ready at all times.
Absolutely.
You got to stay ready.
Absolutely.
You ready right now?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I stay ready.
Well, look,
Stay
ready,
ready.
so
Gotta
you ain't
ask,
gotta get
man.
ready.
How ready are you?
Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.
well, look, I'm happy Oprah's good, man.
Yeah, she's good. She's good. She was in high spirits. It was just kind of ironic that she was talking about balance.
Balance. You have to stay balanced.
And it's
Good
just
night.
and I mean, the first time I watched it, I was like, was she even walking? Like, how did she just
It
fall?
was like a quick drop.
Yeah.
All of
I
a
was like,
sudden,
did the
she just
heel
was
break?
down. I was like, whoa,
Oh my God.
what happened? It was.
All right. Anything else we needed to cover? I think.
No, I think that's all that happened this
everything?
week. That's all
Kev,
that's
you
happened.
heard anything, man?
No, I haven't heard it outside the whole wobble wobble.
All right. Cool.
Wobble wobble.
All right. Well, time to get into the shits. Vita. All right, Vita, what we got today?
So, one of the biggest things out lately, probably, I guess for the ladies, I don't know if it's for the men, because apparently none of the men in this room, but Netflix. So, show called Love is Blind. So the whole premise of the show is that these people should be able to meet people and fall in love without ever seeing the person. So, I mean, they still can talk, they have conversations, but they are kept separate from each other. They're not allowed to see each other. They can hear each other, so it's not like an online dating thing, but they can still hear each other, but they can never see what the other person looks like. And so they fall in love just through conversation. So, that's been a big deal for everybody, saying like, how can you fall in love with somebody that you've never seen before? I think that social media makes us really shallow nowadays. Like even dating apps, like all dating apps are based on look. Like even when you're swiping, the first thing, most of the time people aren't reading a bio. They're just swiping based on looks. Okay. And a lot of the time that's not necessarily building a relationship on. So I guess what I want to know is, if you were in that situation, what would be the things that you would need to hear from somebody in order to make you like want to pursue something with that person? Like with Love is Blind, they don't see each other until they get engaged. So like they talk to each other. They have everybody peaced out.
All right,
I'm here.
Fill me up. Fill me up, bro.
They don't see.
Yeah, go ahead and get me right, bro, because it's about to be a long conversation. Yeah, that's not killer, but we're good. This could be a long conversation.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I'm good.
It's a long conversation.
Continue.
That sounds like this. Okay, you know how like you scroll through Netflix and you try to find just to see what random is on there. It sounds like this thing I was watching one time called The Circle.
Yeah, I love The Circle.
Circle's
That was good.
I ain't watched the whole thing. But I got like 2 episodes, and I was like, "That's what that sounds like."
Yeah.
But The Circle, some people on there was being catfished. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody want themselves.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
I think, yeah. So with The Circle, yeah, everybody could kind of catfish, and then there's the whole concept of catfish in general, when you're talking to people and people are trying to be something other than something that they're not.
So you telling me that I'm talking to somebody for however long and I ain't seeing them until we get engaged? Oh no, I ain't playing that game, man. I ain't playing that game.
Why
Man.
not? What's wrong with
It's
that?
a lot of things.
It's a lot of things wrong with that. It could be a dude.
Yo, what is that? What is the first thing niggas go to?
Hey, bro,
It could be a dude.
It could be a dude, bro.
No,
Nope.
Okay, so with The Circle,
Nope.
yes.
Nope.
With The Circle,
I'm
yes,
being
there
real
were-
on this one, bro. Nope.
Yo, I can't get past it. I can't. All right, I'm good.
So with The Circle, yeah, they had like people that would come in and act like they're the opposite sex. But with this experiment, it's different because it's people talking. So yeah, I know guys can sound like women or whatever, but it's not
Certain dudes. Certain. What camera am I looking at? Certain ones, bro.
Like,
Oh man.
but the way they have this set up is it's more, I feel like it's more like a bachelorette type setting, like that type of show. The Bachelor, where it's one person and then they have like all these people they can meet, except I think it was 24 people altogether. So it was 12 men, 12 women, and they would come into the rooms. I don't know if it was just 24, but I don't remember the exact number of people. But it was, I mean, like they were vetted before it. All the people lived in Atlanta. So it was so that the experiment could be kind of like, when you got out of this bubble, it's not like you have to go far to go see them or whatever. So everybody was based in Atlanta. It was 12, or it was a certain number of men, certain number of women. And it was kind of like speed dating. So, like when you go, I don't know if anybody's been to speed dating, but I'll tell you how speed dating goes. Like there's one person that sits at every table and like you talk to them for a certain amount of time. And then usually the guys get up and switch tables. Like the girls stay at the same table and the guys get up and go to the next table. So you're meeting a whole bunch of different people. So it's that concept, but you can't see them. So it would be like sitting at the table across from somebody, but there's like a panel in between the two of you. So you're gonna know it's a female. Like it's definitely gonna be a woman. But you just don't know what they look like. So you don't know if they're tall, skinny, black, white. Like you don't know physical features that usually would attract you to somebody. So you just have to talk to them and see if y'all vibe just based on conversation.
I sound like a white guy on that show.
Who, you?
Probably.
You sound white?
Yeah.
I would sound white until I said what my name was, and then they'd be like, "Oh yeah, she black."
I don't know.
You know what? That's gonna be my mission. I'm gonna find a white V.
A white V?
Yeah.
You know one.
Oh, I do. Dun, dun, dun.
Tune in next weekend.
For white V? Anywho, I'm the best one. So.
She sound blacker than you.
Oh, what you trying to say about me?
She do.
I'm not saying you not black.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying like,
Highly melanated.
hey yo, you know that video that white boy be online? He be like, all right, I fucks with you.
Yeah.
That's what she sound like. All right,
That is what she sounds like. All right,
clap.
let's continue. Well, yeah, I don't.
So are you asking would we do it? Like, what's the question?
Well, y'all, I see y'all ain't gonna do it because y'all both was like, nah. But I mean, like, what would you need to hear from somebody to like be interested enough in them if you can't see them? Like, what qualities would attract you to somebody that are aside from looks?
Yeah, let's give like
What kind of questions would you ask? So what do you really?
No, she's
What,
saying
what qualities? Like,
Yeah,
what
like
what would bring you to somebody?
Let's give like the top three, like your top three. What's in your top three that you have to hear from a lady to be like, yeah, I consider
To engage you after this TV show.
yeah.
Let me start with.
So with you,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Go for
Alright.
Jump right in.
Top three things. I don't know. I gotta hear what her. I'm attracted to a woman's mind. You know what I'm saying? So if I like, it's one thing. Sorry about it. If I'm hearing that like the mental ain't there on certain levels that I know like goal wise, then it's like, all right, well, on to the next one. But if I hear something that's like sustainable,
Right.
like, all right, cool, I rock with that. So goals is like my main thing. For a woman's mind, personality is too. So if like she sound like me. Nah, I'm going to the next one. So she sound like dry and it's like, I don't know what I want to do. It's like, nah, we got to figure this out. Or, you know what I'm saying, I can help figure it out. But at the same time, it's like, I want you to at least get like 50% figured out or 65%. Yeah. Let me help make up what you lacking so that we can, and then you can help what I'm lacking. Then we can both, you know what I'm saying, move like that. Yeah, progress from there. The third thing, I don't know. Goals and personality is a big thing. I can't see it, so I can't be like, she got to sound sexy. Nah, I can't. Can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that. I gotta just leave it off it too.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair enough.
What's up, AJ?
Me?
Yeah, you. What's up,
me.
cameraman?
I don't know, man. Just the top three. I could say for me, I would want to know certain things, not just the quality type level. I would want to know certain things. Like, I would want to know the negatives, right? Tell me how you really are when you're mad. You know, tell me, shit, you know what I mean? Like,
that's real.
Stuff that you're really going to have to deal with once you end that relationship because everything ain't going to be sunshine all the time.
Yeah. So you want to know her level of
I want to know,
like,
I need to know how petty are you? How mad do you get, and do you get back mad? You know, them
right.
mad,
Yeah.
bleach in your coffee type mad.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
extreme.
Yo, yeah.
It's something like that,
look,
though.
blink 2 times if you're not safe at home.
I'm good. But quality-wise, I would definitely want to know their loyalty level.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I need to make sure that trust is a big factor in a relationship. Like, that has to be in place. I need to know, are they goofy? I can't be with a straightforward person. I need to be goofy or I'm going to get old. I'm going to get old, bro. You know what I mean? Third, motivation is a big one. Got to be motivated. And especially to keep up with me.
True.
I think I got my third one. My third one is respect.
Okay.
Because he said something about pettiness, you know what I'm saying? It's a certain level of petty that can get disrespectful.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So if if you disrespectful to the point where I gotta like think twice, nah, bro, we ain't gonna be able to make that work.
That's true.
That's true. Make that work. So yeah, respect is that's like one of my big things.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my third one.
Oh, it's my turn.
All right.
Asking the questions around here.
Oh, okay. Well, excuse me.
Moderator? My bad, moderator.
See you, correspondent.
Yes.
Getting all these job titles.
Yes, thank you.
Let's see. Family got to be the first one with me. I gotta make sure she's family oriented. Like, I gotta know how she maneuvers with her family. Like, is she cool with her family? Is she not cool with her family? Why is she not cool with her family? Like, that needs to be established because, I mean, I'm close with my family, and I eventually want kids, so that has to be on the same page. That's number one. Yeah. Number two, probably like, I say her motivation at that point is probably number two, only because I be doing a lot of stuff, man. I be doing some of everything. So, you know, like I always I work like a Jamaican. That can sum it up. need somebody who matches that same job. I can't have nobody that's like at home and like, oh, I wish you would just come home and stop working. No, how the fuck we gonna pay these bills?
Yeah.
How the fuck we gonna pay these bills? Yeah. And then number 3.
Hard.
Yeah. Number 3.
Should have said top 5.
Yeah, right.
Top 5 dead on live.
That's soft 1 LP.
This is what happens when I'm surrounded by all guys. This is what happens.
I guess number 3 wouldn't be like a trait. I mean, we just gotta have shared interests. Like we gotta have something in common to keep me around. Like something in common that's a go-to. Like if you know she may be upset at me or I may be upset at her, but we have something common that we can just go to and just kind of forget about all that. Like, you know what? I was tripping. You know what? I've been tripping this week. You know, something to just kill the noise. You know.
What would that be though?
I mean, that could be anything. In the past, for me, it's been like I've dated a gamer, so like, you know, I'd be mad at her, she'd be mad at me. You know, I'd be in there playing fucking, I don't know, 2K, and she come whoop my ass in 2K. She was nice. She's still nice, and I will not play her. And I will not play you in 2K, ma'am. Stop sending me requests when I get on.
I feel like that got real deep.
No,
I'm like, man, who are you?
But look,
send me a request.
But like she'll I'll be on 2K. I'll be, you know, doing my mod play. I'm playing my career. Next thing you know, some jump pop up. Somebody wants you to come to the neighborhood and play. Like, come on, man, stop asking me to come play in the neighborhood, man. You gonna whoop my ass again, man. Like, I'm garbage at 2K. 2K is not my game. I just like to play it. Like, you know, just everybody else plays. I just like to play it.
Wow.
Okay.
I get off in my career though, you know. When I get with the little 12-year-old.
So when he play on beginner, he does real good. But when he
beginner
against the robot, against the robots, that mean don't know which way to go.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Last but not least,
my top 3.
You know
my top
what
3
I'm
things. My things are definitely maturity. That is so important.
Oh, those your top 3?
That needs to be all of them. But maturity is very important. Just like seeing how their mindset is. I'm goofy. I'm silly. I do like to play around. Like I'm cool with that. Like I'm good with being goofy. I'm good with being immature at times. But like just maturity level overall, you just gotta be mature. Like don't do immature stuff. Like
what's
that
called? Okay, so since that's your big thing, what's 3 things that solidify your definition of maturity?
Like if we go out and you're being goofy, like that's cool. But if it gets goofy to a point that it's like offensive or like something, like I've been out with people and they not know that the things that they say are across the line. Like you have to know that maturity level, because then I'm like embarrassed to be with you. Then I'm like, I can't believe you did that. Like, so then I'm like, yeah. So it's got to be kind of like that type of maturity, like knowing how to handle yourself when we're out amongst people, or like when we're out in general. Because like it's not necessarily that I care what people think, but like if it's like a negative, like if you're sending out negative vibes to people, I don't really like to be part of that, because that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to carry those type of negative vibes. So when we go out, if you don't like know how to behave yourself, period, like that's the thing. That's one of the things about maturity level for me. Then another thing would be, other than maturity would be, dang, I had them all. Definitely kind of bringing that other half, that other side, that kind of yin yang type deal. We got to be able to communicate and got to be able to kind of feed off each other, like bounce off each other back and forth. Yeah, it's got to be that balance.
Real balance.
Yeah, the real balance.
Don't fall.
I'm gonna stay seated for this. But yeah, you gotta have that balance, that thing that bounce back and forth off the next person, because otherwise, it could get boring, or it could go one way too much. It could get completely one-sided. And you don't want to do that in a relationship either. You don't want to get completely one-sided on anything. And they have to be open-minded. They have to be open-minded because I want to be able to know that I can go to my partner with anything and not be judged about it or not be looked down about it. Like, I want to know that if you're open-minded and you're non-judgmental, I'm comfortable with coming to you about anything.
And that's facts. Yeah,
but if I feel like you're closed-minded or I feel like I can't say certain things to you, then the whole time I'm going to be in my head about the relationship, or I'll go to somebody else. And not necessarily saying another guy, but I feel like in my relationship, I should be able to talk about what happens in my relationship with the person I'm in a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I shouldn't have to go bounce ideas off somebody else. But if you feel like you can't come to that person, then you're like, okay, I need to talk about this. I need to bounce, I need to talk about it to somebody so I can figure out what I'm doing and maybe get, somebody to look and see if I'm wrong. Because I don't mind somebody coming to me and saying, hey, you're wrong about this. And then we can talk about it and we can kind of figure out what it is. And I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't see it from that side, or I didn't see it from that perspective, but here's my perspective on it. And then we can kind of talk about it and discuss it, and then we learn things about each other. Yeah. But those are the things for me.
Growth, people.
Maturity.
Maturity, right. If you're not mature, you can't handle that.
The shirts be on sale.
Yo, she be coming up with the phrases, man. Maturity.
I'm about to make that shit for you.
But yeah, those are the things that are important to me. So those are the things that I need to be able to talk about in that type of environment and be okay with it. Like, I need to know, that's how I need to get to know somebody before I see what they look like.
Okay. All right.
That's dope. Real solid, man.
But,
solid over there. Oh, that earring.
Thank you.
But I will disagree because you made the point earlier that you said something about dating websites have conditioned people to the looks.
Yeah, because when you're swiping, you ain't worried about their personality.
No,
you ain't swiping on nobody ugly. You ain't swiping on nobody ugly. Like, her personality might be good.
You ain't even let me get to my point.
Okay.
How did you know what I was gonna say?
I'm sorry.
Golly. What I was saying was I was taking them back to the days before we had cell phones. When you used to have to go to the movies or the mall and you have to walk up to Shorty. If you wasn't cute, Shorty wasn't talking to you.
Okay.
She swiped left.
But when you got there, you knew you had something in common because y'all both was at the movies.
Okay.
He said before you even got to that part.
If you walk up, excuse me, sweetheart,
you're at
talk to
the
you for a
movie.
second.
No, he's talking about initiating the conversation.
Right, but I'm saying right now, y'all are both at the movie, so y'all have something in common.
Okay.
Before y'all even made the date.
No, he ain't had a date.
No,
He's trying to talk to somebody.
All right, so look, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He ain't got no date with
I'm
us.
talking at the movies.
No, not in the movies, at the movies.
All right.
Nigga, you was with me.
I know, Buck. I know. Next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, man.
Why are you talking in the movies?
I'm done.
So that was the swipe. That was the swipe left.
Yeah, that was a swipe left. Like, okay, so I understand the concept behind dating apps or whatever. The swipe left, swipe right. Like, okay, well, the person has to be aesthetically pleasing to you before you actually take the initiative to go read their bio. Now, most niggas don't read. Don't read at all. Because let me tell you myself. So I used to be on Bumble, right? I used to be on Bumble.
But Bumble.
Wait.
I'm sorry, I keep getting ahead of myself.
Because I thought it was only the guys. I thought it was only us. But I actually went and read stuff. But I thought it was only us. Like, a lot of the general questions that women would ask me on Bumble would be like on my page. So it's like, so you just saw my light skinned ass and just like, oh.
I'm tired of him calling himself light skinned. Thank you, AJ. He ain't light skinned.
According to the consensus, I'm light skinned.
According to the census, you on the porch. You're not even in the house.
That's fine. I got shade.
You might have a little shade.
No, he ain't
You
in the
ain't in the
house.
house.
He ain't in the house. He ain't on the porch. He on the stairs.
Look.
If you was light skinned, you'd be
He on the
snitching
bottom
on you
step.
right now.
He on the bottom
I can
That
stairs.
ain't working, boss.
That's what I'm doing from the porch.
No,
Who's that nigga on that leg?
Nigga ain't working, boss. But you on the porch. You're not in the house. Like the house nigga.
And that's
That's
fine.
cool.
Look, I can see the little house chicks in there, and as they walk by the window, I can be like,
Nigga trying to
yeah.
get some shade to get light.
Oh man, but no, nonetheless
They didn't
though.
read your bio.
No,
You
they
still feel some type of way about it. You still hurt.
No, I'm
You
not.
still
No, I'm
hurt.
not. No, I'm
You still
not.
hurt.
No, I'm not. No.
Somebody, whoever didn't read his profile.
Let's not paint this narrative. Let's not paint this narrative here.
The moral of the story is today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Reading is fundamental.
Yeah.
Right.
Reading-
You real upset about them not reading your profile.
I hit you with
I'm
this
sorry. I'm sorry. Do you want to go over your profile so they'll know? Because they didn't read it. No? Okay. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you.
I'm not dealing with you. I'm not
Okay,
dealing with you.
So apparently nobody was reading your bio. They just saw that you were light skinned and swipes.
That's not what we were on, but okay.
That's the story that you want to stick with.
No, that's the story that you want to narrate.
No. Well, anywho, I like my story. So, all right. So we got 3 things that we need to know while we're talking to people. What are 3 questions that you hate that you can't ask? Like, like you said, you need their voice to sound sexy. Like, so
No,
you
I don't
wanna
need
know-
that much size 6.
But those are things that you think about. So like, what is it like? I know with me, I would want to ask age, because I guess for me, age and maturity kind of go together. I know that there are some young people that are mature, and then some older people that are immature. But that would be a question that I think would kind of give a sense of what they might look like. Not really a full picture, but that's one of the questions that I would want to ask, that I would feel like would aid me in getting to know somebody without seeing them. But I mean, when you see some people, you don't know their age then either. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of a valid, okay question.
Well, there's 3 questions that I wish I could ask that I can't ask.
Yeah, but like, what are questions that you would want to ask that would kind of give hints to what they might look like?
Their race is one.
I
I mean, nah, cause I mean,
No. What are you?
that mean,
Identify it.
cause you know what I'm saying, like different people got different races had different perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Some races got a lower perspective. Some races you can't say because everybody got different perspectives, but
Right.
races, you know what I'm saying? One thing. I don't know. That's hard. That's a hard question.
That makes it harder.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
like,
harder than
if
what
I
them-
can't see you and I'm hearing you and we talking about race. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one, B.
But you
Yeah,
got to
that's
get
a-
to know
yeah,
them
that
without
is.
seeing them, and those
What's the
are
question again?
so those are things that
Shit.
you would kind of want to know, like things that you would kind of want to know about their appearance that would kind of start
Characteristics is another.
Yeah,
Like,
Okay, so
Yeah.
all right. So race is one thing. Characteristics would be another thing. Like how tall you are. Like what's your weight? What's your weight class? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What's your weight class?
You know,
Heavy or
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
do I need to get back in the gym?
And look,
always say
always say
Stay
it.
ready, so you ain't gotta get ready.
There you go. Say it again.
Yeah, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready.
so
Coming next.
I guess race, characteristics, like physical characteristics. But then again, people can lie. So it's like, how you gonna trust what they
So let's say
saying?
hypothetically they're being 100% honest,
Yeah.
right?
All right, so
Hypothetically,
race, characteristics, and I know that's it. That's all I got right now. I gave you
So,
two. The
yeah.
third one will come around after everybody go
Yeah.
around.
Okay.
What's the question again?
Like questions that you would want to ask about
To
their
build
appearance. Like, so you can
visual.
build a visual in your mind of what you think they might look like. You still could be wrong. They're gonna be 100% with you, but you still could be wrong.
I would say, ask the person like, what's your best characteristic?
Okay.
Because I can see where they mind going, what's going on. You know what I mean? Like they say, my bosoms. You know what I'm saying? My butt. Or they can say my eyes or my smile or something of that nature. It kind of like builds a visual of how they see themselves.
Okay.
Deep, brother.
Yeah, that was deep.
I try
How do you
with
see
these
yourself?
jokes sometimes. I just gotta bring it out. But second, I didn't even know how tall you are. I do. I don't have nothing against tall people. Just letting y'all know.
I ain't mad at it. Cause I'm tall.
After podcast, I'll talk to y'all. But height, characteristics, and that's going with bruh. The third one will be coming back around shortly because I don't know the third one. Like I said, just figuring out how they look at themselves.
Yeah.
Height. I had probably KvngBak.
I mean, I feel like we all gonna have the same linear genre of answers. I mean, like, of course, I want to know characteristics. I want to know, like, I guess the traits. So I can start visually putting it together. And I guess after that, it's all right. So what do you favor about yourself more? And then my third one will probably wrap up about what do you think I would favor about you, just to kind of gauge.
That thing got a thing on.
No, but yeah, no, because I want to gauge. All right, what are you expecting me to look at? I guess
That's a good one.
Okay. I like it.
Miss Vee. So tell me.
I would ask questions in a way that they didn't know what I was trying to ask.
That's called
Example?
manipulation.
Example.
Never. I'd be like, what kind of hobbies do you have? Like, were you into sports in school? Like, what sports
So
did you
basically,
play?
she's asking the round-the-way questions
What
to get her
position
answer.
did you play? Like, if you wide receiver, or were you on the, like, is you defense, or is you quarterback? Like, what did you play back in the day? Have you stayed in the gym since then? Height. I mean, I'm tall. Like, I'm tall. So I need to know that I used to say it's okay if a guy is short.
How short is too short for you?
Anything below your height is short.
Anything below
See, that's why I asked about
6.
height.
Anything below 6. Like, I used to feel like that was shallow, but that's okay. That's what I want. Like, anything below 6.
Yeah, they got their own perspective.
Because I used to be like, it's okay if he's short, and then we go somewhere and I be like, I guess I can't wear my heels no more.
So she want to still feel tall.
What is short to you? Like, if you're tall already, then with heels, you're like taller.
Yeah.
What is the short?
Height-wise, I would like to date a guy 6 foot and above. 6 and above. 6 is still kind of cutting it kind of close. Because when I put on my heels, I'm probably like 6'2", 6'3". But at least we weren't already like off when I was like in my flat shoes. Like if we was already off and then I take it up a notch, like and then I'm just like, oh, it's the little boy that I'm with. Hi,
Oh, wow.
man.
Should have hit him with a little boy.
Let's go get her another couple lines.
Yeah.
Hi, you're cute down there.
Oh, wow.
Down
Down there.
It's a sunny day.
Wow, that's crazy.
Little guys.
So
Don't slide in her inbox.
kind of their build. I mean, I'm not against a like bigger guy. I'm not against that. Honestly, I would rather him be like a little thicker guy. A little
Heftier?
Heftier, stockier.
There you go. Can't call him man thick.
little thick.
Sound Lord.
Yeah, I don't want him to be like thick like that. Like I don't want him to have like girls when women are like, oh, he got a big butt, and I'm like, he got a nice butt. I'm like, why are you all in his butt? Like, leave his behind alone. But height, build, I don't think like race or ethnicity would be a huge issue for me, as long as they were already open-minded. Like now, if you're closed-minded and of a different ethnic background, like that could go very wrong.
Very fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're already open-minded, then I think we could be like, I could be okay.
But that's what the pre-questions of who you are. That's why I said the pre-questions of how your mind is, because that'll help set the tone of, okay, they go. You can focus on that being a positive rather than that being a negative and them not knowing, and then their race is something that you kind of iffy about, but you can be like, okay, they got a headstrong mind of what they want to do rather than they kind of shaky in what they trying to do, and then, you know what I'm saying? It's a trickle down effect.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Those would be, so on the show, I'm not going to do any spoilers, any big spoilers, nothing that you wouldn't see in the first episode if you watched it. But like there was an interracial couple, and they didn't know, of course, because they didn't see each other. And then there was a couple with an age gap, and she did know. She knew because she asked the question, but it became something that kind of overshadowed their relationship.
So what's the age gap from a woman's perspective? Now I'm flipping it on y'all.
Ooh.
What's the age gap that's too young for a woman? And then I'm gonna right to the guys, like, what's the age gap that's too? I know the age gap, you know what I'm saying, but every guy different on the age gap, you know what I'm saying? So as far as the woman, what's your age gap? You're like, I'm not going lower than this age. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good question. Let's answer that question.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go ahead and answer that question.
That.
Yeah, let's round table that one.
She can't even look. There you go. Expect the exclusive. You're not drink and discuss your podcast by Kool
Well, you know
Kel.
what, AJ, go ahead and start.
Why I gotta go first?
Oh, you
because
don't
they
want
can't see me?
Yeah.
Is that why?
Yes.
I feel like that girl on, what was it? Was it divorce court? Was it paternity court? Where they looked at old girl and she was like,
I see your face. I start joking. I see your face.
All right, age gap for me. So if I had to put a minimal of like an age to a woman, it would gotta be I don't know, I associate with age with a lot of shit though, man. It's like age come with a lot of shit, like 21, 25, 30. It's like,
it's different.
me personally, I think right now, at least, if I was dating,
Yeah, put that out there.
this that shit, 'cause I'm good. But at least like 26.
Okay.
At least.
Not clarify. Is that
What's the cat?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't be older than my mama. Like, you gotta be
My nigga, yo, I thought I was the only one who thought that way.
You can't be older than my mama. Look, love comes in different perspectives.
That is true.
Hey.
All right.
That is true.
So
Talk
whether
about it.
I'll say I would think an older woman might be more established and might have like maybe kids or something like that. So I would kind of like, I hate to date an older woman and her son my age.
Yeah,
I beat his ass, or he might beat my ass. I heard you cuss my mama out over macaroni. Niggas, pow.
Now we gotta square up.
Nigga smacked him with the back.
Mac smack. But
Next.
but nah, I say age no older than like 39. 39 would be my top.
I think the lowest I go is 25. Lowest I go is 25 because you gotta be able to rent a car. You gotta be able to rent a car.
Facts.
You know, you gotta be able
reserve
to rent a car.
room at a hotel.
You gotta be able to.
A nice hotel.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Facts.
you gotta be able to, You know, I mean, shit. At 25, I was mingling with the 30 and up crowd. So like, you got to be able to, you know, to be able to move and transition in that crowd because that's the crowd that I'm in. My cap though, I set my cap at probably about 40, 45. 45 would probably be my cap.
Please, no. I'm just waiting for this to get back.
Yeah, 45 would probably be my cap. It's a good distance from my mom's age, and it's you know.
Oh, your mom.
Hey, on the podcast.
Right.
I'm
Never
I'm not the podcast. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
But yeah, so that's a good age range. 45 is a good top age range for me. How about you, Miss Vee?
So, we talked about maturity.
There you go. I knew it was coming. That was a piece of the puzzle right there.
We talked about maturity. I'm so sorry, but it is very unlikely that I would date a guy my age or younger. It's very unlikely. Usually, so I'm an old soul. I always have been. My sister is, me and my sister are 13 years apart. I hang out with my sister and her friends. My friends usually fall into that age range. My sister always gets on me because she's like, we date the same, like in the same age range. She's like, how do I know we're not going to date the same people? Like, we're not going to cross-contaminate, but we're not because we don't have the same type. But,
She said cross contaminate.
Oh my God.
Hope it ain't the same circle. That's where the cross contamination.
No, we don't.
I'm waiting for her to get these buffers out the way.
Yeah.
That's the whole story.
Yeah, like she gotta give us the run. Just give me. I know the answer. Give everybody the answer.
Leave me alone.
No. You got on me. No. Put the heat on you.
I feel like y'all told him to ask this question.
We had no prior conversation.
So I would date a guy from mid-30s. Or
Is that minimum or height? I mean,
Yeah, what's the minimum? Give us the minimum.
It sounded like that was a minimum. So that's like, I capped at 50. Oh, I'd hit the bell. Ding, ding, ding.
Yo.
I hate all of
Ding, ding,
y'all.
ding.
Okay.
Hey, what was the cookies?
Y'all,
Yo,
listen.
I like that. Yo, that's crazy.
But there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I don't know why.
No, I ain't knocking.
No, I'm talking about her, man.
Oh,
Like,
So like 35-ish and up. And wherever up takes us is up. Wherever up takes us.
oh, so you at the old folks' home?
Yeah.
No.
That might not get up no
That's why I said 50.
Oh man.
Knock it
Y'all
on
leave
50.
me alone. So,
You might not be up, be down. Roller coaster down now.
Look, all I see in my mind at this moment is a dude on the couch, so looking at Vita. I'm faded, feeling X-ray. All right, I'm done. My jokes are done. My jokes are done.
You good? Yeah, your heart's good.
Is that your
We still love you, man.
It's cool. I just asked a question.
My man just walked in. He was like, "Yo, I didn't even know."
Yeah, I didn't know.
Like,
I mean,
I thought she was gonna say, you know.
I'm sorry.
no. Younger has never worked out for me, so I usually just leave it alone. But if the younger guy comes with some maturity, then we can talk about it. I'm not closed off. I'm just saying that most of the younger guys I have talked to in the past,
So you're open-minded.
I am. I'm open-minded. That's why I can go. That's where we'll see where up takes us. It depends. It's like it depends on what your mind level. It's like what's the age of your mind.
Right.
If your mind is 18, we ain't talking.
Yeah.
But if your mind is like 35, 40-ish, we can talk. Now, if your mind is 80, because I've talked to some people that were 30 and their mind had them sitting in the house with a Kango on. And I was just like, we can't.
But it can't go.
Yo,
I was
that's
like,
crazy.
We can't do that. We can't add some sketches. We couldn't do that. I couldn't do it.
Y'all ever
That's
think
the old
about
Balenciagas, girl. You better stop playing with them.
y'all ever think about
I don't like
how
it
y'all
either.
gonna dress when y'all get older, man?
I'm worried. I don't know what trend gonna take off. Like, you know, the old folk dress changed so many years.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
First was the Adidas windbreakers. Now these niggas wearing sweatsuits and shit.
Yeah.
Like, what we doing?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to stay hip, man, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep up.
I'm gonna be
Ain't no
old.
such thing
When I
as
get
hip.
old, I want to be old.
The way I
Me
see
old.
it is, you can tell. I used to hear people say you can tell when the old head try to stay young, but if the old head stay himself, then he always hip.
Yeah,
you
that's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's
So
true.
That's dope.
you can everybody can change with the tracksuits. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But if I'm about 50 and I'm like, yo, I want to wear a tracksuit, that's what I'm gonna wear.
yeah.
But if I'm wearing something that's a little bit
Little
outdated,
skinny jeans.
I can't wear skinny
No,
jeans.
don't.
bro. I
I
can't
can't
do it, bro.
either. I
Can't
tried one
do
time.
Nobody should wear
Now I
this
can
stuff.
do the sweatpants, like the new sweatpants
Joggers.
where they like
Yeah.
cuff at the bottom,
Yeah,
like tight at the
joggers.
bottom, and they
Yeah.
loose at the top. I
The
can do them.
joggers.
Yeah,
That's
But I
what
can't do no
That's
whole
cute.
jeans. Nah, I can't do that.
I know.
Can't do it.
Hey
But,
man, but I can feel that, man. I can feel that.
How you address?
Man, be honest with you, man. I probably just keep the same style I got now, man. Like I think I dress pretty well. You know?
I agree,
Alright.
Bob. I
Yeah.
agree.
You do all
Thank
right.
you. Look, I came up from high
I
school.
know, bro. I ain't gonna talk about that. Tune in next week on.
No, they already seen it. I posted that Throwback Thursday picture
I
when I
seen
had
that.
when I had the bows on with the white
White
tee
tee.
that
I
came
seen
down
it.
here.
I seen it. It was a mess. But I
Right,
can't say
right.
anything because I was
Yep,
a
I
mess.
sure did. I sure did.
I was a mess in high school.
Stay with a pack of white tees from right.
Oh my god. We was the plug, man. We used to work in the store for a little bit.
Gilliard?
Oh,
What?
my
Boy,
God.
Stop playing.
We used to work in the store.
Y'all
We either
went
got
to
paid
that?
or we got some free clothes.
Mm-hmm.
One of the two.
Don't let,
Now, was it clothes free or y'all were paying for the clothes to y'all check?
No. He would actually.
Oh, really? Give me an-
he
oh,
would
okay,
say, he
okay,
would say,
okay.
look, you work this weekend. Either you get an outfit at the end of the weekend, or I pay you
And it
for
was
the end
all
of the
legit.
weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
real. Everything was
Yeah.
real.
That's what's
Oh,
up.
okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
dope.
and he had different brothers from the community doing it. So like, boom, you pop in for Friday,
Yeah.
fit, or you get some cash.
Yeah.
Somebody else might pop in on a Saturday, you get a fit, you get some cash.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
dope.
that's how I got my first Iniche outfit, man.
Shit.
Yeah, I was
Ooh,
fresh,
you
yo.
done threw it back on us.
When I pulled that joint out and went out to South Point Mall.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
you
why I got
couldn't
that
tell me
my
nothing.
first True Religion before niggas was on True Religion.
Yeah, right.
I didn't even know what it was. I just knew everybody was talking about it.
I'm gonna tell you one brand of jeans that everybody probably seen. Everybody probably wanted, but only a limited people had. Red Monkey jeans.
Oh, Red
Mm.
Monkeys, bro. We had
We
those.
had red monkeys. We had
Red
red
Monkey
monkeys.
jeans, bro.
That's because of the stuff.
Yeah, my shit was hard too, man. My shit was hard too.
And Red Monkeys was popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same time niggas had the LED belts.
I never had one.
I just had the dog tag with a little
Dog
saying on my
tag.
name. on it.
Yeah,
That's all I
yeah.
had, bro.
Ray used to do the dog tags too.
Yep. And then you had the belt buckles where you could put the letters in there.
Mm-hmm. I had the spinning chain.
Yeah, you did.
I had the
Yeah,
spinning
you did.
necklace.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
spent my whole check on that shit.
Man, our fashions was so trash back in the day. Looking back at it now.
Clear Forces.
Yeah, that
I
was,
Clear
hated
Jordans.
that was
Clear
terrible.
Jordans.
Like
That was
who came
terrible.
up with that?
I don't know, but y'all was
Said,
wearing
look,
them.
I'm gonna put the cheapest pack plastic together and
Yeah.
sell it to niggas.
Feet was sweaty.
Stinking.
yeah,
Niggas had the steam was
shoes
coming through
all
the hole.
fogged up.
Yeah.
Shoes all fogged up. Why your shoes foggy?
Come on.
Nah, that's like the little M shoes women had.
Hey, I was thinking about that too.
Oh,
just
the
now, like,
fucking what they call
What
it?
they
The
call-
jellies?
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
like
the
clear
jellies.
shoes.
The
Clear
jellies.
shoes that had the M on it. They was for females.
Yeah, the jellies. The
Yeah.
jellies.
I ain't gonna say the jellies ain't had no
Like them
M's
shoes.
on
They
them.
came
I
out
like
right
that
after the
shirt
Chinese
jacket
slippers
thing,
came
man.
out.
He said, "What I
Thank
said?
you. I'm out here styling and profiling today.
What you wearing today? What's the brand for the day?"
I don't know. I'm not a brand girl.
Oh, okay.
I just
alright.
put some stuff on and
Some
be
stuff
like,
on,
did this
I
match?
feel you.
All right, we good.
Get
Do
out.
it fit?
Yeah.
Do it
Yeah, I
fit?
know
Do
what
it
you're
match?
wearing.
Yay. All right, so we talked about all the things that we want to hear from the person. All right, so now we at the point that we see the person.
Mm-hmm.
So you done talk, you done had this good conversation. You had this good conversation. You like, yeah, I want to meet you.
Okay.
Like we won't even go into how the show is because the show is you got to be engaged. But we're gonna say, I want to meet you.
Okay.
We done talk, everything good. Now you meet them in person.
It's the big reveal where they lift the bar thing up.
Yeah. Now we see each other. So.
Engaged at this point.
On the show you would be engaged, but I said no, we're gonna leave that down because I know y'all ain't going to go with that. Y'all ain't going for that. So you see the person, and it's not your usual type. It's not the person that you would have hollered at the bar, but you didn't talk to this person for like a week. You talked to them for a week, got to know them. Kind of become invested in this thing.
So how opposite is the person? Is it like opposite
completely.
where we
Completely, that's not your type. Physically, looks, that's not your type.
That's not who you would have went for. No, we won't say that she's ugly. She's just not for you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. She's not my type that I'm.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, not for you, aesthetically.
Right.
She was for you for everything else because that's what got you to this point.
Yeah.
Just aesthetically, she's not for you.
So where do we go from here? You gonna try it? You gonna be like, dang, that ain't you ain't it.
I can't even say that ain't it because if I done asked all the questions that I need to know about the person, I'll attempt it.
Okay.
That gives that person a chance. I'll attempt this to see like, okay, are you really what you say you are, or are you lying? Like I said, that catfish and lying behind that social media. I tried.
Okay.
But I'll try.
So basically, do you feel like that physical attraction needs to be there on top of everything else? Even if you vibe super well with the person?
I'll be honest. Nah, physical attraction, it don't gotta be there. But it still got not 100% there, but it gotta be something where I'm like, okay, personality straight. Then you start liking the features of that person as you get to know them in person. You know what I'm saying? It was conversation before I met you, so we both meshed somewhere along the lines. So then after that curtain come up, then I'm like, all right, cool. Now you gotta see what about them physically that you like as well as you like about the mental. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's how I do it. That's how I do it. Yeah. Cause you don't want to be like, oh nah. Next, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, that show was terrible. That next show.
Oh yeah, that was
crazy. When they used to get off the bus.
Shorty got off the bus, stumbled, and walked all the way down the hill. And my man was like, yo, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm all right. He's like, all right, next. Yo, I was like, yo, that's trash, bro. You made her walk all the way down the hill?
He want to make sure she wasn't going to fall again.
Right.
Oh, my God.
That's crazy.
Where you at with it, AJ?
Me? Shit. I would say looks aren't everything. Let's clear that up.
Y'all
right?
say that
Before I
all
go
the
into
time.
So I go into my brain.
Y'all say that all the time too. Y'all see somebody that don't look like what y'all want them to look like.
Because most people, I can't say most people. I know dudes that look for the trophy.
Okay.
To walk down and around with like, hey, this is mine. You can't get it. But age comes into place where that's not everything. You might have had that at one point.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything for you outside of the look.
Yeah.
You spend most of your time looking at your spouse than talking to them.
Yeah.
Facts. You know what I mean?
That's big facts.
So I would say for me, it wouldn't make or break it. You know what I mean? I'll still pursue and we'll move forward and we'll see what it turns out to. But I wouldn't say, nah, bro, you busted trash, get ass. You know, I wouldn't do nothing like that, but I actually give it 100% attempt before anything. I'll wait till see how it works out.
Yeah.
And go ahead and go from there.
Respect. That's respect.
Yo, sir.
Why you looking at me like I'm about to?
Because I'm waiting. Because it usually is. It usually is. Yeah. Yeah. Something real light skin.
I would definitely try it out.
Okay.
I would definitely try it out. I mean, if the conversation is there, You know, and like you said, she's not ugly. She's just not what I would go for. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I'm cool with that.
Oh, well, what if she ugly?
I was gonna say, what's ugly?
Yeah, like ugly is
ugly to you. It's ugly is perception.
okay. Well, if I felt like the young lady was unattractive to me, but we still had a rapport built, I'll still give it a try.
Go ahead, build that.
Yeah.
I feel like y'all would be like, we can be friends because you real cool, but
one of those.
you real cool. So
It depends.
We can still hang out.
So.
We can still hang out, but
Now I say if we're talking about, you know, ugly, like you missing some teeth type ugly, like
nah, not like that.
Okay, all right, yeah. As long as it's not to.
They have all their teeth and.
Hey, look, things you gotta ask about, man.
Hey, you got all your teeth? My
Yo,
name's Bach. You got all your teeth?
that is the first question. Now, matter of fact, that should be the first question you ask.
You have all your
That's
teeth?
crazy, dog.
Hey, my name is Bach. Do you have all your teeth?
Teeth are important. Teeth are, especially the front ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Then we have y'all talked about that on the podcast before, right?
Oh yeah.
You gotta have at least the front ones. At least the front ones. We can. I mean, you don't really have to worry about the back ones, but them front ones, like they gotta be there.
Nigga missing his whole molar section.
I mean, if I can't see it, it ain't happening.
Let that nigga laugh a little too hard.
Yeah, I'm be like,
yep.
I'm be like, let's look further, baby. Close the back.
That's great.
Oh shit.
Come close your mouth.
What if
when
he
you
had
laugh.
a gold tooth in the back and he could
Yeah,
laugh
go
on?
to in the back, though. Go to in the back.
Oh man.
What if?
Hey, look.
You thought I had it in the front, wait till you see it in the back.
Wait till you see it from the back.
That's crazy. That's real life, though.
I'm weak.
Where you at, man? Where you
Yeah.
at?
real life,
If
man.
I see them and they're not physically attractive to me,
Right.
I'd still go with it. If we vibe, I still go with it. I've dated people that were not physically attractive to me, and I still went with it.
You say, when you wake up in the morning, what you like?
No, because I feel like if you're mentally attracted to somebody and you're not necessarily physically attracted to that person, the physical starts to kind of come in. Like, because I feel like mental attraction is stronger, at least for me it is. So I feel like as you start to talk to somebody, even if their physical appearance isn't necessarily where you would want it to be, like they start to meet up. Just because that mental attraction, that emotional level, like all the other levels are hitting so high or hitting spot on, then the physical attraction,
What's the mental attraction? Is it the type of conversation we having? Is it about what I'm coming to you about, like idea wise or goal wise? Like what? Because everybody got different goals. So you could be top 40 in the corporate world, and I could have an idea of wanting to start a food truck business. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna be like, you should get a job that way? You know what I'm saying? Or would you be like, are you going to culinary school? Are you going to work in a restaurant? You know what I'm saying? The levels to getting that food.
Yeah,
So, like, what's the mental capacity?
I would be interested in something like that. I wouldn't knock somebody because that's what they want to do, but I wouldn't want somebody that's sitting on their butt waiting like it's just gonna happen to them. Like if you out here, you want to have a food truck, so you like looking at how does the food truck work? You're looking at numbers, you're looking at statistics, you're looking at what do I need to do to get there? What qualities do I need to have? And you're willing to, like you said, you're willing to go to culinary school. You're willing to work at a restaurant to get to where you want to go. You're not just sitting here like, I'm on a food truck one day. All right. How you going to do that? Like, what are you doing to get there?
Speaking of food trucks, man, shout out to the shrimp pasta dankery, man. That's the best food
Right,
truck.
he better give a shout out.
I got to shout them out, bro.
You better give a
Them
shout out.
lobster fries, bro. And y'all on point with them. I'm
Okay.
going to get y'all after I leave this podcast.
Oh, hold on. Now we got the shrimp food truck. I ain't never been to that one.
Shrimp and pasta.
I like you.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you had a question.
Oh, yeah.
We got food.
All right, so question wise. So let's say hypothetically you're in that relationship, you with somebody that's pursuing food truck business or something entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneur, right?
So now they're at a stage, you're the financial breadwinner and they're climbing up.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel as a woman taking care of a man, not taking care of, but providing his portion of everything financially while he's pursuing his dream, building himself?
I don't mind, as long as you respect that. Like, not saying that you need to look at me as the breadwinner or look at me like I'm superior. Mm-hmm. Never that. But you need to at least acknowledge what I'm doing. Because if I am, because I've been here. I've been in that type of relationship where I was the one that was taking care of the household. And I was fine with taking care of the household. But the thing was, when it got to, okay, I feel like for the household, this is how we need to structure this. If this is where you want to go, this is how we need to structure this. And instead of when I was, supporting the household, he didn't support me back. And I'm not saying support me financially.
What does that look like?
I'm not saying support me financially, but I mean, if I'm working all day, and you got this thing that you're trying to do, and it doesn't necessarily take all of your time, but you're at the house all day. When I get home, some need to be done. Yeah. Don't be so expectant that I'm going to do everything just because you're sitting here with an idea.
That's fact.
That's all.
Yeah,
I don't mind. I don't mind financially supporting somebody, but you have to. If I'm taking up the financial area, you need to take up need to do something.
So what if
you can contribute something? If you're not contributing financially, and you should let me in on what's going on, because I'm supporting your idea. I'm supporting this. Let me know what's happening. Where are you with this? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Where do you need to be? Because I can support that too. I don't mind that. But I'm saying, don't shut me out.
So if you're in two different industries, though, so say he's in, we can say culinary, because that's the topic. What if he's in culinary, but you in pharmaceuticals? You know what I'm saying? So, if it's in two separate industries, that's what we said about balance earlier.
Yeah.
How do you make that balance to where it's, like you said, the one that's supporting doesn't feel like they're superior, whereas the entrepreneurs, you're not understanding. You know what I'm saying? So where's that balance?
If it was that type of thing, if he's culinary, then you cooking. You look, I thought of this recipe today. I put these foods together. I did. Yeah, I put these foods together. I put this recipe together or something like that. I don't mind buying the food for the recipe, but don't make the recipe and then be like, but you can't taste it.
It's true.
It's like an investment, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's an investment, and you want to see where your investment is going.
Right.
You want to make sure it's moving in a positive direction. Yeah. You don't want to just be supporting somebody that says that, I want to be this, or I want to be that, or I want to do this, and I want to do that. And every time you look at them, they doing the same thing, and it ain't got nothing to do with what they said they want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a shareholders meeting. As soon as the shareholders get together, they want to know, okay, so how is my money working for me at this point? How many dividends can I intend to receive in the third quarter? Yeah. And you just I just dropped this mixtape yesterday, though. You're like, bro, what?
Yeah, what you doing? You got a gig lined up? You got a concert? Yeah. Yeah, if you want to be a rapper, that's fine. Be one. But I need to know that you got a song out. Shoot, I've been working all week. You ain't got a song out yet? You ain't got a mixtape?
I'm closing the studio.
You ain't got a mixtape out?
You gotta walk the Jews for some cheesecake.
I'm like, you gotta be doing something out here. I'm like, dang, do you at least got an album cover? You
nigga, did you set up your SoundCloud?
You got some beats.
Did you write one bar yet?
What you got, sir?
Unwrapping.
Right, you the most non-rappingest rapper I've ever seen.
Need some Cambodian breast.
Go to work.
From Malaysia.
Shoot. Your Instagram, all I saw today was you sitting on my couch. You should have had one bar. You ain't got no bar.
Right,
and the caption.
About Bay. You ain't got no bar.
You ain't got no bar in the caption. At least your caption need to have bars. I'm like, you spit a hot 16 in that caption. My Bay is going places.
From one couch to the other.
Shoot, look, let me share that. Let me share it on the gram. Don't look at my back. He out here with bars.
One bar. This nigga got no signal.
Couch bar king. Something y'all gotta deal with.
Something you gotta deal with.
But I'm just saying, like, that's different if you're supporting somebody as long as they're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That's fine. That's solid though. That's solid. I like that. Man. I like that.
I'll hear some on you. Anything else y'all wanna? Anything? Any other way y'all might feel about this blind dating scenario?
I'm
I
good.
don't know, cause I don't do no blind dates. I gotta see you in person. If I don't see you in person, I gotta see something about this real.
Yo,
85% real to be like, all right, let's consider, but nah.
let me share a story real quick.
Ooh.
I was with not my story, somebody else's story, but I'm sharing it. So I was
third party stories.
yeah.
Third party.
So I was kicking it with a friend, and she told me about her mini catfish situation.
Okay.
Like, so she was talking to this guy over the internet. She came in the area where he lived at, and she hit him up. She was like, "Yo, I'm in your area. Just wanted to kind of slide by and see you if you had time or whatever." They hadn't been on a date yet, so she hadn't seen him like in person yet. So she said she pulls up, and she watches this nigga come out the house, and she said that immediately she knew that the pictures that he posted were taken like years before.
Okay.
So like
at the maturity bit changed.
Yeah. So now I have questions. I was like, all right, so like, was the nigga bald? Like, did he get fat? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking these questions at this point, and she was like, she gave me the spill on what was wrong with dude or whatever, and it's some other things that went along with it that she added to the story. And then she was like, it was just an awkward situation, because she felt like she was being catfished, possibly.
It's not catfish, it's tilapia.
Well, it ain't fish.
Both ain't good for you, so it don't matter.
Why do they say catfish anyway? I'm sorry.
Huh? Why they say catfish?
Why catfish?
Because catfish is like the
What
common domain. They're not fake, they're just common.
Ooh.
It's like the common people, like that's like an ugly fish. Like catfish tastes fucking great, but they do stink. Yeah, but they're just common. Yeah,
I ain't never thought about it like that.
Yeah. I mean, but if you look at it, it's an ugly fish. Like you hold them motherfucker up like
so
this.
I thought it was a tilapia, but it's a catfish. You tricked me.
You tricked me.
But yeah. So like, this is the funny thing. I just want to ask y'all this. My quick question before we go. She said she hugged the guy by, and the guy put his arms around her neck.
Oh, that's weird to me. I always feel like that's awkward.
What if she's short?
No, they were the same height.
Oh,
Now she's
awkward
about Vita's height. She's about Vita's height, but they were the same height. But yeah, she said yeah. So he went in for the hug, and he put his arms around my neck. She said immediately I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, that's awkward. Then you're like, where do I go? Where do my hands go? Do I go around the neck also? Do I go around
Like you can't go. Like why is that your go-to?
Where do I put my hands?
Because okay, so I tried to shoot the nigga some bail. I was like, well, maybe he was trying to give you a church hug, and then you brought the other side in. And shit. You know what I'm saying? So he was just already stuck. Yeah, like I was.
But even if a guy goes to give you the church hug, it's not around the neck. It's like around the upper back.
Yeah, it's like the shoulder. Like
It's still not neck.
Yeah, it's like shoulder. Yeah. But I mean,
if a guy hugs me, number one, I don't like to be hugged, especially if I don't know you. Like, don't hug me, don't touch me. I don't. Coronavirus, flu.
Coronavirus. Please go buy water for the next 2 weeks. Prepare for the coronavirus.
Don't touch
I'm
me.
prepared.
Yeah, you are prepared.
Don't
the
touch
only
me.
nigga that was prepared for the virus came.
But I just don't like to hug. If I'm in a relationship with you, I'm gonna hug you all day. But regular people in the regular world don't hug me. I just, it's awkward.
I think the thing that's still getting me is
he went around the neck.
yeah,
like yo, like how do you?
Shook Nighter.
Like I was trying to shoot him some bail, but I'm trying to figure out like why is that your go-to?
That's weird. It's awkward.
I don't understand that.
I don't know why you go
I don't know
around it.
why.
Maybe he was trying to be respectful, and he was like, I don't want her to think I'm trying to touch her butt, so I'm just gonna go for
But
the
you
neck.
still got
But the butt
upper
and back so
Yeah,
far apart.
But
Maybe
She got back butt. She must have been big. And I can understand now. Maybe you didn't want to touch
come
her
on,
butt.
son.
But I'm just
I don't
saying,
know, but that's kind of wild.
butt and back got
Yeah.
bad space between it.
Yo, come on, son.
It ain't nothing wrong with being big and having a butt.
No.
You know them butts that climb up a little higher.
Oh my God.
Everybody knows somebody like that.
Come on, man.
Butt back ain't nothing wrong with a butt back.
But no, like I was trying to figure it out. So okay, so what's your go-to hug bag? Like what's your where are you putting your arms? Where
I
you
ain't got to
putting
hug them. I ain't touching them.
He
I'm anti. I'm telling you, I'm pounding niggas at the job.
Like okay,
Church, like over the pat.
over on the shoulder type shit. Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I'm not a huge hugger either.
Where your hug position?
Yeah. Where your hands?
Are you at first position, second position, or third position?
That position.
Fourth position.
Yeah. Hold
It
plie.
depends on the person. Like, is it a girl or this a stranger?
That's
This
You
is
got the one hug.
I mean,
Right. Yo, nigga, I used to get that shit off, nigga.
This is your potential. This is your potential mate, and it's not your girlfriend yet, but y'all been on a few
phases.
Yeah, y'all
y'all
in court
court.
phases.
all right. So after this question, I got a question too.
Okay, all right.
But what position? We need to know what position you're in.
Why you do it like a dance?
First, second, third, maybe a little fourth.
You should get her hands. No, you should get her hands just like this on the strip. Fourth position.
She got no butt. She got no position to go. Hey girl, come here. My butt got me so low. Just died.
I don't know. I don't be squeezing butt. I don't know where butt is. Where is butt? I don't know where it is.
I mean, I always hit him with the, you know what I'm saying, throw the arm around second to third level.
Okay, all right.
So like 2.5.
Not
You're at position
butt
2.5.
Nah, not butt back. It's like
Just all back.
second.
Like middle back. Like
Yeah,
middle back.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what
Like
I'm saying?
under the
Just
shoulder blade, but
a little
above
tight.
the lower
Like,
back.
all right, I see you later.
Yeah, right.
But,
Okay.
I'm here. I see you here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Alright.
But, you know, church, you get the top.
Yeah.
Not the shoulder, but not the neck.
Not the
shoulder.
neck.
Not the neck.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Hit it with the, how you doing?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, second and third level, that's with one arm.
Yeah.
I see you later, or I'll see you later with the church. But,
Okay.
Okay. All right, look, we gotta get out of here because we exhausted all the battery life and we gotta go. All right, peace, y'all. Make sure y'all follow us. Drinks and Discussion Podcast on Facebook, D&D Podcast on Instagram. Follow me, KvngBak, KvngBak on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Oh. Okay. I am now on Twitter. So same name. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Miss V_DND.
And it's your boy Kool Kel. Follow me at TheKoolKel. Stay plugged in. Oh yeah, April 24th, all white, Euphoria. Hey, plugged in.
We gonna be there.
Hey,
We
we
gonna
was
be there. Make sure
there.
y'all
He
there.
already said we was going, so y'all make sure y'all remind him. Cause he said we going.
We going. All right,
All right.
we out of here.
We
Peace.
out.
Peace.